Hi children, welcome to History class, Chapter 8, Devotional Paths to the Divine. Dear children, by studying this chapter, you will get an idea about Bhakti and Sufi movements in India. So let's start with Bhakti movement. Children, when did Bhakti movement start in India? From 6th century onwards, Bhakti movement started in India. It originated in South India. Bhakti movement was a revolution started by the Hindu saints to bring religious reforms. These saints attracted a number of people towards their views and ideas about God and its devotion. During that time, people worshipped their God in different ways. Some of them singing bhajans, kirtans or qawwalis. What does qawwalis mean? Qawwalis is a type of Muslim devotional music among Sufis. Sufi movements also started during that time. Next, we are going to talk about the idea of a supreme God. The idea of a supreme God is that there is only one God in this world and it can be attained or approached with devotion and bhakti. As people were brought together through the growth of towns, trade and empires, new ideas began to develop. They believed that all living things pass through countless cycles of birth and rebirth, performing good and bad deeds. They also believed that all human beings are not equal even at birth. People who didn't believe in these ideas turned to the teachings of Buddhism and Jainism. They taught people to overcome social differences and break the cycle of rebirth through personal effort. Some others believed in the idea of Supreme God. Bhagavad Gita also advocated the idea of Supreme God. During that time, people worshipped Shiva, Vishnu, and Durga. These were considered as the supreme deities. Methods of worship recommended in the Puranas were introduced in regional worship. Now we are going to learn about a new kind of bhakti movement in India. Nayanars and Alvars. 7th to 9th centuries saw the emergence of new religious movements led by Nayanars and Alvars. Nayanars were a group of 63 saints devoted to Shiva and Alvars were a group of 12 saints devoted to Vishnu. People from all castes included in these groups. They criticized Buddhists and Jainas and preached ardent love of Shiva and Vishnu as the path to salvation. They went from place to place composing beautiful poems in praise of local deities. The best known among Nayanars were Appar, Sambandha, Sundararar and Manikyavasagar. The two sets of compilations of their songs are Thevaram and Tiruvakakam. The best known Alvars were Periyalvar, his daughter Andal, Tondaradipodi Alvar and Nammalvar. Their songs were compiled in Divya Prabandham. Between 10th and 12th centuries, Chola and Pandya kings built temples around the shrines visited by the saint poets. This helped to strengthen the link between the Bhakti tradition and temple worship. Besides this, Hagiographies of Alvars and Nayanars were also composed during that time. What is a hagiography? Hagiography is the biography of a saint or a religious leader. Now we are going to talk about the relation between philosophy and bhakti. There were number of philosophers lived during that time. Some of them were Shankara, Ramanuja, Basavanna, etc. Shankara. Shankara was one of the most influential philosophers of India. He was born in Kerala. He was an advocate of Advaita. Advaita is the doctrine of oneness of the individual soul and the Supreme God, which is the ultimate reality. He taught that the ultimate reality was Brahman and which was formless and without any attributes. He advised people to follow the path of knowledge to attain salvation. Ramanuja. Ramanuja was born in Tamil Nadu in the 11th century. He was deeply influenced by Alvars. He thought that the best means of attaining salvation was through intense devotion to Vishnu. He propounded the doctrine of Vishishtadvaita, which says that the soul, when united with the Supreme God, remains distinct. This philosophy inspired a new form of bhakti in North India. Basavanna's Veerashaivism. Veerashaiva movement initiated by Basavanna and his companions Allama Prabhu and Akka Mahadevi. This movement began in Karnataka in the mid-12th century. They strongly argued for the equality of all human beings. They were against the Brahmanical ideas of caste and poor treatment of women. They were against all forms of ritual and idol worship. Now it's time to wind up the class. Thank you.